The gun shop who confiscated a serviceman's legally owned pistol and tried to report it to the feds is in the Second Amendment news sphere again, this time for being raided by the ATF and proving that when it comes to the government, the rules are made up and the brownie points don't matter. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This isn't the first time that we've talked about the shooter's den in Albuquerque. I did a video about the FFL a few weeks ago after a serviceman went to the shop looking for a holster for his legally made and owned P80 pistol, which the shop confiscated for not having a serial number. You can get all the details on that crazy situation in this video here. Now, according to the shop's Google listing, they are permanently closed. According to local KOB4, the shop has been raided by the ATF for making illegal sales and trying to sell a full auto rifle. The report says that the ATF went undercover, pretending to be legitimate customers on 3 separate occasions, and each time say that FFL Anthony Stephen did something illegal. But that isn't the full story. Now, I know today we're talking about illegal stuff, but what happens when you're a gun owner and get brought in for using your gun legally in self-defense? In that case, your best bet is the Attorneys on Retainer program, a new self-defense plan for gun owners that was created by the Attorneys for Freedom. Now, you might already have concealed carry insurance or have heard of these gun insurance plans. But what you might not know is that if the insurance company says that the shooting wasn't justified as self-defense and you were convicted of a crime, your coverage ends. You might not also be covered if you used your firearm in self-defense in a gun-free zone, had drugs or alcohol in your system, or if it was in a domestic dispute. Now, as a responsible gun owner myself, I would not want to trust my self-defense shooting to an insurance company. I would much rather have the Attorneys for Freedom's experienced and aggressive legal defense team on retainer 24/7. So if you're a gun owner and you want the legal defense without the endless exclusions of an insurance company, join the Attorneys on Retainer Self-Protection Program. Make the switch from your existing self-defense plan today and receive $50 off your sign-up fee using promo code LibertyDoll at my link down in the description. Now, whether or not this FFL had insurance, it wouldn't have done him any good, because according to a search warrant filed earlier this month, the ATF issued him a warning first back in March. Then they went back and seized a gun for having a forced reset trigger. Then, after all that, was when they went undercover. Now, in light of the whole incident with the young man getting his pistol confiscated, some of you might be saying good riddance. But what's interesting is that half of what this FFL is being accused with shouldn't have anything to do with the ATF. And as of right now, Stephen isn't facing any federal charges. Which is weird. Stephen was allegedly building guns without a manufacturing license, and according to ATF documents, he is in fact a Type 1 FFL, which is something we've seen people get federal charges on before. He was also allegedly not completing background checks, which is a big no-no, not reporting his sales, not charging tax, and he supposedly sold a pistol with a stabilizing brace and a rifle with a, quote, device that makes it fully automatic, which was actually a forced reset trigger, which is not a machine gun no matter how much the ATF wants it to be. Either way, the other allegations are some pretty heavy hitters. The warrant allowed the ATF to seize all the guns, all the accessories, and all the records at the store. Let me say it again for the folks in the back. The ATF has seized all the shop records. Stephen was allegedly not running background checks, not reporting his sales, not charging tax, and building guns, but what the ATF went after him for, by their own admission, was the illegal sales of a rifle with a forced reset trigger and the braced pistol. And then they seized customer records. I know I have said that 3 times now, but it's a pretty big deal. Both of these illegal weapons are getting their days in court, but the ATF has been caught showing up at people's homes to confiscate triggers. I've done a couple videos on this already. They're also supposed to not be enforcing that right now, at least When it comes to rare breed, we don't actually know the brand of these triggers. Either way, now they have a bunch of customer records from a shop that was allegedly also selling these items and are for some reason not charging him with anything. I'm just saying there is something that doesn't quite add up. They will rain hell down upon part-time dealers for accidentally missing a single digit on some paperwork, but this guy only gets a single news story in the local news and nothing else. It seems a little off. AMOLand just did a write-up as well a couple days ago, but they don't even have any additional information, which is not typical. Anthony, Steven, and the Shooter's Den are refusing to talk to anyone, and so is the ATF. What's equally interesting is that on some forums, people suggested that the shop only confiscated that military kid's gun out of fear of the ATF. Fear that not doing so would somehow get him in trouble. But if these allegations are true, then that wouldn't seem to be the case, as he was doing much bigger and worse things by ATF standards. So I suppose what I'm saying here is that if you got any sort of force reset trigger or brace or any built firearm from the Shooter's Den or wherever a customer there ever for any reason, maybe don't be surprised if the ATF shows up at your door. This is definitely a story that caught me by surprise when the FFL seemed so keen to involve the ATF in their business with the Polymer 80 incident. That in and of itself doesn't really speak to someone doing illegal crap, but who the hell knows? That is it for this video, guys, and there are definitely some twists and turns there that I did not expect. At any rate, you guys know the algorithm drill. Please like, share, and subscribe if you are new here. If you are feeling spicy, ring that notification bell, or if you are feeling like peak spice levels, you could maybe even consider nominating me for a Gundy Award if you think that that would tickle your fancy. Also, a reminder that I do have a second channel filled with Liberty Toddler antics. If you are interested in following along, you can check us out at the Liberty Homestead, which I will also link down in the description. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in and happy shooting.